Hello folks, this is Singing Toad, and I'd like to ask you guys, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Uh, anyway, I don't know why I said that. Anyway folks, what I have here is a kind of a quick video today where I want to just talk about the modifications I've made to my Grohmann Canadian belt knife. So this knife I really like. It goes with me on fishing and hunting and camping trips. It's a great companion belt knife, classic design, and it's made here in Canada. And I just love this knife. But there is a couple things about it that I don't love, and I decided to stop letting those things bother me and go ahead and modify the knife to make it something I like. So the first thing isn't really the sheath. You can see the sheath is a little marred up because, you know, this thing does get used. I do try to keep things clean and stuff and whatnot, but anywho, let's get the knife out. I'm just going to set the sheath off to the side for now. So, I place the knife down, and to the eagle-eyed viewer here, you might see right away what one of the modifications. The other two modifications are a lot more subtle, but anyway, the first modification that I made is I put this this choil here, and I grinded that in very carefully using a Dremel tool. And you might say, now, why would you put this choil here? Now, first and foremost, the blade tang is normally flat right here. So I can bring it up closer to the camera here and get the focus. Alright, so if you can see here, it's normally flat across here, and I put this little curve in there. And it's not really a finger choil. I mean, yeah, it could be used as a finger choil, but that's not the intended purpose for it. What the intended purpose for, use for it, is to use this knife to strike a ferro rod. Okay? Not all of the time do I have a striker with me when I'm striking a ferro rod. So having this little choil makes it a lot easier and safer. Of course, it's hard to do this under the camera. I'm not going to strike this because I don't want to light things on fire here, but this little curve allows this to strike the ferrocerium rod, and not so easily does this come out and roll forward onto the blade, which is actually what happened. That's what kind of started this whole thing for me, these modifications. I was using this knife for that purpose because the unsharpened tang that's about roughly half an inch long, about 12 millimeters long, roughly here, is a 90-degree edge. The back side of the spine is rounded. I don't know if you can see that, but there is some chamfering there. It's chamfered. Okay? And now what I could have done was taken a file and just and grinded a flat spot here, but it's kind of in a weird place to strike a ferro rod up here in the middle of the blade. You usually want to do this back here, but that's where the jimping would be, which is kind of strange. So anyway, putting it down here makes a lot more sense. But that's what happened. I was using this knife to strike a ferro rod, and I did exactly that. I slid forward, caught the blade, and I put a chip in the blade. So I had to reprofile this blade, and I had to take a lot of material off to keep the 17-degree edge. And oh boy, that other side looks really terrible. Partially due to the fact that this knife, unfortunately, came from the factory with, and you can probably see the difference here, but it was unevenly sharpened, unevenly ground from the factory. So I had to remove a lot of material off this side to get a true 17-degree edge all the way along both sides. Because with this knife, I like it to be, you know, laser sharp because of how I use this knife. You know, this isn't for batoning through wood and chopping down trees or anything. This is a good skinning knife and all around camp knife, fishing knife, hunting knife. It does all these things, and this long leaf blade shape is excellent for that. So I like to have it very razor sharp, and that's why I like a 17-degree edge. And yes, I did have to remove a lot of material in order to get that. But the next modification, and I'm not sure if the camera will show this There we go. Right there is a sharpening choil. I had to add in a sharpening choil to allow to get the proper 17-degree edge all the way along. And last but not least, and this really isn't going to show up very well probably either, is I just went ahead and used that same file I used down here to just deepen the jimping, just to give it a little bit more bite. All right, so if I have, or I should say, when I'm editing this video, at this point in time, I'll put in a picture of the before of this knife. If I remember to do so, just to show you the before of what it looked like before these modifications. But those are the mods I did to it, and I really do like this knife, and now I've made it even better. It was kind of an accident that happened that made me go, hey, these are things I don't like about it, but now I fixed it, and it's better, in my opinion at least. Anyway, so that's really all I have to say about that. Just a quick video for you today, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Singing Toad signing out.